See, but all those guys you're talking about, who I personally know, like I know E40, like we talk, like, you know, I've interviewed Burner, we've talked. They, like me, are thinking 10 years ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
This is cool right now. Where am I going to be in 10 years? And let me plan on that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's investments, whether it's shifting my career, whether it's just doing something that is not going to burn out in a year or two.
For sure.
Because 10 years from now, it's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
Like this whole YOLO, like, oh, live life for the moment shit.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you're going to be 51, like I am.
Yeah.
And I knew I would get to this age, and I didn't want to be struggling for DJ gigs at 51.
Yeah.
Because it's a very rough lifestyle.
Gotcha.
And shout out to all the DJs out there, like, you know, my homegirl, DJ Backside, who's a prominent DJ in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
When she lost her KMEL job,
yeah,
she had to go back to teaching.
Yeah.
And she had to abandon all her hip-hop dreams because she lost her job. Because she was late to work because she had the graveyard shift.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You see how quickly everything goes away?
Yeah.
And suddenly, because you're not on the radio, all the local clubs don't want to book you anymore because you can't shout them out when you're on the show.
Yeah.
And then now you can't pay your rent. It very quickly unravels if you don't think 10 years ahead.
Well, let me ask you this, because in your situation now, you got a handful of people that are successful in your space. You know, do you think like that? Like, okay, I made it here. My show's successful. We're doing numbers. You know, you've interviewed a lot of big dogs. But how, do you feel like, because I'm around a lot of successful people and a lot of people from the hood too, and I feel like that paranoia, even of successful people, sometimes it's easier to hold it than gaining it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we're well off here, we're well off there, but there's that paranoia of, is it going to be like this in 10 years? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be like this in 5 years? You know, so that's that prematurely celebrating success.
That's actually a good topic, and I remember before I became a DJ, I had a startup company during the whole tech thing, and it all came crashing down. And I lost everything. I had to sell my house. I couldn't pay my taxes. I was sleeping on couches. And I said, if I ever get money again, when I get money again, I'm not going to make these same mistakes of assuming that the money I'm making today is going to keep coming. So as VladTV started to gear up and started to make money early on, I started taking all the money I could and putting it in stocks and investing it. And over time, that portfolio made millions of dollars and continued to grow.
For sure.
So right now, I can never do another. This could be my last interview ever.
Hell yeah.
And I'll be okay for the rest of my life.
That's motivation. Hats off. You smart. You thought outside of that, but how many people do?
But I knew about that because a lot of times the first time you get money, you just think it's going to keep coming forever.
For sure, yeah.
I'm going to be hot and I'm going to keep, it's all going to be popping the way it is now, and you're spending it before you even get it, and you're buying the biggest house you could afford, and you buy the drop-top Benz like I did, and
now
you know what I'm saying?
Now you got to keep it coming in to keep all that,
you got
man.
girls around, and you know, you're spending money on them, and you're traveling, and
how many times have you seen that happen in your career? You've probably seen that more happen than people in longevity.
I've seen it happen all the time, and it happened to me, and that was, like, I still feel the sting of that situation. I remember sleeping on my man's couch and him saying, how long are you going to be here?
Yeah. You probably needed that. See, I love that because people need that sometimes. See, that life will humble you. Yeah. And sometimes you need to get hit. Because if that never happened, who knows? You probably wouldn't have been in that situation. You know what I mean? You probably wouldn't have had this. You wouldn't have pivoted into that.
I wouldn't have invested. I wouldn't have made certain moves because, going through that, doing, from making hundreds of thousands a year to doing DJ gigs for $100 in the Bay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In Oakland, and you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your taxes, you can barely afford food, you going out with girls, and you can't really afford to buy drinks. Like as a man, especially, that messes with you.
For sure. Yeah.
So you don't want it to happen again. So you say, okay. And it took 10 years to rebuild. Yeah. It didn't just, 2 years later I was good. No, a decade later is when I got to where I was and beyond that. But this time I already had started investing. Like I learned how to invest. I read Warren Buffett's book. I read Benjamin Graham's book. Like I really took it very seriously. Of course. And my whole thing was, I'd say about a third of the time when I order Postmates, there's a senior citizen dropping off that food.
Yeah.
And that's
scary, yeah.
It's scary to me.
Yeah.
You know
see the
what I
same
mean?
thing,
It's like,
yeah.
damn, like this could be me.
Yeah.
This could be me at 60 years old. I got to go deliver people's food
Yeah.
because my
Then what happens if you
retirement isn't.
break your leg or something?
Yeah,
You can't
you
do
know
that
what I'm
no more.
saying? My retirement isn't, my Social Security isn't covering my bills. I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I took it seriously. I was planning 10, 20, even 30 years ahead.
Yeah.
Because, and what that meant was I wasn't always in the hottest car.
Yeah.
I didn't buy a house until a couple of years ago. I was renting for years and
Yeah.
years and years. You know, I wasn't buying all the jewelry I could buy. I wasn't buying all the designer clothes that I could buy. I wasn't going crazy with it. I was putting everything into the stock market.
Yeah.
You know, and if I was buying nice shit, it's because I knew that I could afford it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People always talk about, oh, Vlad always wearing designer. That's because I could afford it.
If you're wearing your net worth, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember was it Trick Daddy said, if you look in your closet in your driveway and there's more money that's in your bank account, you're a damn fool.
Yeah, I fuck with that. Yeah. I mean, you know, there's some saying that I've heard, and it's probably been said before, but it sticks with me, man. It's like, you can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. People want to be like this over this, but where you're going right now doing the same bullshit, if you're not doing that with yourself, you're going to end up, in 5 years, you're going to arrive somewhere, but where? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it took you 10 years to build that, but you had to make that change. And people don't, and I'm around a lot of individuals that I see that I try to give that game to because I can see them going nowhere. They're working hard to be something. I'm like, man, I feel bad because I wish I could. And I'm still working. Like, I don't got the answers figured out, but my direction has changed. And I've done recently invested in my first property and does stuff like that and got some residual income coming in and learn to use the money that I have to make money. You know, I don't go out and splurge when the time's not right. Sometimes I'll celebrate here and there, but I understand that at this point in my age, so I'm on the same boat as you. I don't want to be 50 years old, still hustling, trying to drop albums to make some money and still make a quick flip. You know, I'm trying to be very, very, very set for life, where my kids are set for life. You know, there's a different level of wealth, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to join that bracket too, brother.
Yeah. Listen, if your money isn't working for you, no matter how much money you make, if you're paycheck to paycheck, I don't care if it's $30,000 a year or $300,000 a year. If you're not taking a good portion of your income and investing it, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in property, you know, like multi-unit properties, whether it's in businesses, you will continuously be broke.
For sure.
And at some point, there's going to be something bad that happens to you, because something bad happens to all of us. You're going to either lose your job, you're going to have a health issue, you're going to, you know, get into a bad accident, something,
Life
you know,
is not life.
the economy could shift from under your feet. You know, no one was ready for the pandemic.
Yeah.
No one was ready for the real estate crash in 2007. No one was ready for the dot-com collapse in 2000. Nobody was ready for that.
Yeah.
You know, and the people that invested and lived below their means when those things happened, they actually had opportunities to invest even more.
Yeah.
Because everything is cheap.
Yeah.
Everything's on sale. And cash is king.
When everyone's panicking, they
When
see
everyone's
opportunity.
panicking,
They see opportunity for sure. And they're
Like,
in a
I was
position.
buying up more stocks during that time, and those stocks have made tons of money. So it's just, you got to pace yourself in a certain type of way. And if you do that, and you do it year after year, by the time you hit your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, you're going to really appreciate it.
For sure, I can imagine. And you know, my thing is seeing, being observing a student of success, and you know, success leaves clues, man. So does failure. And I watch a lot of people, and I'm fortunate to have people in my circle that have done very well for themselves. And I got a lot of room to grow, but I get inspired very easy. But also, too, to me, is having the freedom, man, of having the time. Because I know people that have money, they have very successful business, but they're stressed the fuck out, bro. They're just a slave to their company or to their work. You know what I mean? And they're just stress cases, man. And I'm like, that's not no way to live either. You got more money than I can imagine, and I don't want your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't know your kids. You're not doing nothing. They're just, so there's that happy medium too, because we're all, this time's flying by, man. We're all halfway through this thing already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
Now, do I want to die with a bunch of money, or do I want to enjoy this little time too? So that's the happy medium I'm facing too, like trying to have that balance, which some entrepreneurs like, there's no balance. You want it, you got to be 1,000% committed. Fuck your family, fuck this, you grind. I'm like, well, all right, cool. You know, to me, I couldn't imagine myself living that way, because I don't want to, like I said, now you got money and what? Oh, you got all the properties, you got cool cars, you got everything. So what? Your kids don't know you. You know what I mean? That you died alone.
Well, Big Tone, man, appreciate we finally got to do
I
this,
appreciate
man.
it, man. No, hell yeah.
Thank you for
having
driving
me, man.
up.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely.
And hope you get some more homeboys from Northern California on here, man, to represent for us, man.
Well, I mean, I'm from there.
Yes, sir.
I'm from there, so I always try to look out.
Yeah.
But it also has to make sense.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
For sure.
people aren't just going to put you on just because.
Most definitely.
You know,
yeah.
these slots have to be earned in both
sure.
directions. You know what I'm
mentioned
saying?
that
Like,
earlier. It's a
people
big
have to,
opportunity to be here.
people
Yeah.
have to earn the spot to be on certain platforms, and certain platforms have to earn the spot to have certain people on
For
there
sure.
as well.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain people that I still want to get
Yeah.
that I know I have to build up. You know,
Of
I've never
course.
had Eminem on my show.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't take it personally. It's like, all right, cool. We just got to get bigger.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's people who wish they could be on VladTV, but it's like, yo, get that audience
That's
up.
a chain of command.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
love that analogy, man. And I appreciate you having me. And I told somebody earlier, some of my people, this is an accomplishment, man. So thank you for having me, man.
No doubt,
you
man.
know what I mean?
You put in
Appreciate
your
you.
work.
Yeah. And hey, much success to you, man. I hope you get Eminem on your show one day, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. Big Tone. Until next
All right.
time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Like.